Poland Daily Business, and we are going to talk tonight about the Polish gas company and the recompensation that Russian giant Gasprom is going to pay to its Polish partner. Wojciech Jakubik of Business Alert is our guest. Sir, welcome to the show.
Hello.
And please tell us, the Gasprom is going to pay to Polish partner about €1.5 billion, and that's a lot of money. Why is that? What happened during these years?
Well, it's only following the letter of law, because arbitration court in Stockholm ruled that Gazprom needs to pay this amount of money PGNiG as a compensation for overpaid gas since 2014. So Gazprom is only following the rule of law, and it is a good change in relations with this company, because I believe it is possible because Gazprom has no choice. It is losing the market share in Europe. It is losing its revenues all around the world because of coronavirus, because of diversification, LNG alternatives from US and other places in the world. So in general, Gazprom needs to obey the rules to keep some market share, to keep the best customers, and Poles are important customers for Russians, so they go by the law. It is different in Belarus, for example. In places where Gazprom is capable to abuse its dominant position in the market, it is used energy for foreign policy goals of Kremlin, and happily in Poland it's not the case anymore. We have a diversification, we have a LNG terminal, connections with different countries when it comes to gas supplies. So if Gazprom would do something wrong against Poles, it would not follow the rule of law of this arbitration ruling, we would just find another supplier, and that's it. That is how the diversification is paying right now for Poland.
The developing of this diversification policy, we hear about it for last 20 years. It took at least 15. It started 2005 with Lech Kaczyński as a president and his idea of developing the liquid natural gas terminal in Świnoujście. That was a big decision, although few people realized how great it was at the time when this decision was taken.
Well, there were discussions about the price of LNG, about the price of LNG terminal, but in the end we see that the alternative gas infrastructure, like LNG terminal, like the proposed Baltic pipeline from Norway, such investments are needed, but we see the results of such investment in cases like this ruling of court. If you wouldn't have alternative, there could be some possibility of Gazprom abusing its power over Poland. It's not the case anymore because we have this alternative. So this diversification in gas sector is like buying F-35s. I hope we will never need to use F-35s, but having them on our ground is giving giving us totally different position. It's the same case with gas alternative infrastructure like LNG terminal or Baltic pipe.
Right. From point of view of Gazprom, how big customer is Poland? Well,
Poles were taking like 10 billion cubic meters a year, so it's like 1/13 of Gazprom supplies to Europe. So it's not a big amount anymore, but for now, when Gazprom is losing its market share, every customer is important for them. So they need to keep as many customers as they can, and probably that is why they are so appeased in relations with Poland.
Normally, if you have a business and you have customers with whom you have a long-term relationships, you're trying to cherish this customer, make him happy. The Russians, instead, they are bullying their customers. That's very unusual.
yeah, they are bullying the customers they can bully. So they cannot bully Poland anymore, so they need to behave in a proper manner. They need to use the civilized way to solve any problems in relations. And that's a good result of multiple years of Polish diversification policy.
The Russians cannot bully us anymore, and that's a good sign and good point to this discussion. Sir, thank you very much. Wojciech Jakubik of businessalert.pl was our guest tonight, and that was it for Poland Daily Business.